feeling some energy here? Who's hungry? Who wants to go to lunch? I'm the only thing stopping you from going to lunch. So I am going to try to be brief, but I want to first of all start out by saying how much I love having people come home, right? Over the holidays, how many of you went home? How many of you went home and visited family? Had your kids come to you? Well, some of you aren't old enough to have kids. I have 3 kids. Coming home just makes my heart like scream and roar. And having you guys come to the place you build, this is your home. This is your business home. Nu Skin is yours. Come and use it. Come visit. Come get charged up. Get to with Scott Van Pelt. By the way, Scott, stand up. Scott is all heart, and Scott doesn't get enough recognition for everything that he does. But we have 1,000 others that aren't quite as good as Scott that want to welcome you here. So anytime you have an opportunity to come for OTG, if you have a team or you're passing through, stop by, say hello, come home. We love to have you. I'm here to talk with you all, and I love listening to Terry speak and Paige and Sierra talk about everyone other than me, because this business is not about me, it's all about you. And I want to talk today about what's important to me. And what's important to me is you and your success. And I know I don't sit down face to face with each one of you, but when I get that opportunity to do it, it warms my heart. I've been at this company for 30 years. There is no company like Nu Skin. And for those of you, how many of you have been here longer than 1 year? Raise your hand. A few of you? Good. Yeah, a couple of you. I hope over time you will grow with this business, and your heart will get bigger with this business. It's kind of like the Grinch, my favorite Christmas story, because his heart gets 3 times bigger. This business makes great people. And I hope that your association with this business is making you a better person every single day. So I want to ask you all a question. How many of you think of a theme in your life, and every year you put up a theme and you say, this year my theme is X? Do you do that? Raise your hand if you do that. Yeah, you pick a word and you have a word and a theme for the year. So yell one out. What are a couple of yours? Alive. Miracle. Breakthrough. Commit. Mastery. Belief. Give me a couple more. Frequency, gratitude. Okay, so there's all kinds of words. I gotta be careful, and Sierra is right. Whether you like it or not, what you put in your head manifests. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes. 100% yes. So last year I came up with a word. It was actually 2. And I was like, I am going to live my life with this year intentionally all in. Everything I do in my life, I'm going to be all in on that thing. And that was my word. And I came up with that January 1st. And I said, I'm going to live my life all in. And everything I tried to do last year, I wasn't always successful, but it was about being all in. Because I believe that the only reason, we got one shot on this planet, and you got to live it the best way you can. Agree or disagree? Yes. Totally agree. So this was a great theme. In fact, it became our all-in theme, our live event theme. How many of you went to live? Any of you? Fantastic. How many went to Korea live? Okay. I like to just bring the buzz right back down. So we had a live event here that was fantastic for our European markets, our Americas. And then we did a sister event in Seoul, South Korea, where we had over 10,000, I think it was 12 or 14,000 people in Seoul. And we did an all-in live event there. So we tried everything we did last year. It was all about being all in. I will tell you, be careful what you put into your head. One of the things that I committed to my all-in plan was I was going to become a much better skier. And some of you know how that ended. I broke my neck. Now, I'm happy to tell you, I'm totally recovered, but you got to be careful. What you put in your head will manifest. So you want me to share my word this year? Yes. I'm a little nervous to share it, but so I really was intentional. What could go wrong if I choose this word? Like, what's going to backfire on me in this word? And so I really was thoughtful through the holidays. What is that word? And I've been studying a lot about alignment with the universe. So Paige is this type of person. By the way, do you notice? Give a round of applause for Paige Riffle. Did you just have, one of the things I love about Paige is she kind of floats above the clouds. Do you notice that? Nothing ever really upsets Paige. I've literally never seen Paige upset. And she just glides along. And the thing, as I think about people that I admire and qualities that I admire, because I'm kind of the type of guy that's like this, you know, I like the roller coaster of life, but I love that universal truth that if we stay in a higher order and our frequency and our energy is higher and sustained over time, life just moves better. So I've been studying this, like the laws of the universe. And the more we align with laws of the universe, the more our life just tends to flow. Do you agree with that? You ever try to go against the universe? What happens? You lose, right? Have you ever tried to compete against gravity? How long do you win on gravity? About a half a second. You cannot beat universal truths and universal laws. And one of those laws of the universe is creation. The universe is an ever-expanding dimension that continuously gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Abundance, growth, expansion, creation. And so as I thought about my theme this year, I thought, I'm going to be all about and all in on creating opportunity, creating new products, new programs, new creations for you and your business, creating more happiness for people around me. Creating is what this universe is all about. And I hope as you guys look at what we do here at Nu Skin over the next 12 months, and when we're sitting here for your January kickoff, I'll ask you to grade us. Did we create for you? Did we create more opportunity for you to build your dreams, to build your life, to build your business? Or did we take away from that? A universal law is not about taking away. It's ever expansion and creation. So that is our theme. That's my theme for the year. I'm hoping nothing goes wrong. I think it's a positive word, but we'll see. A year from now, if I'm in a wheelchair, you know something happened. So we'll keep going. One of the things that I think about when I think about creation, I think about what is the meaning of life and why are we here? And I really have asked, I won't ask you to raise, I turned 50 about a year ago. Now, for those of you who are, now Terry's 25. For those of you that have hit 50, something interesting happens. You start to look at life a little differently at 50. Is that true or false? True. Anyone that's... For the first 50 years, I feel like life was all about Ryan, right? It was all about what's in it for me. What can I get out of it? And I looked through this lens of like, how do I, and there's nothing wrong with that. You got to go build yourself. You got to go create. You got to go collect. I mean, it's about that. But in some respects, the more we turn inward, is that creation? Is that scarcity or abundance when we look inwards? It's scarcity, right? When we start to think it's all about us, it's about gathering what's mine, it's about competing for market share and market space, it becomes about us and we're not as successful. And that's, by the way, what I love about this business. We'll talk about in a second. And so I've been on this journey about learning about what creates happiness. What creates positive energy and happiness, and how do we find that in our lives? There are days and weeks and months of my life when I look back over the last 50 years where I wasn't happy. You know, Steve Jobs used to say, you wake up too many days in a row and you're not happy, it's time to do something else. And so this quest for me, I came across this book. How many of you have read this book? Arthur Brooks, Build the Life You Want. How many of you are in the Oprah Book Club? Anyone? Am I the only guy in the Oprah Winfrey Book Club? I think I am the only guy, Sean. I'm the only guy in the Oprah Winfrey. But there's millions and millions of women that are in the Oprah Winfrey Book Club. So one of the books she recommended a couple of years ago was this guy named Arthur Brooks, and he's a professor of happiness. And I was kind of like, as I heard him speaking at first, I thought, a professor of happiness? Why do people need to learn how to be happy? And as I'm saying that, I was completely miserable. I wasn't happy. I was too stressed out. I was too focused on everything that wasn't going right. I was too focused on the things I didn't have. And it was all these scarcity level these things in me. And so when I came across this book, Brooks starts to talk about what creates happiness and what makes us happy in our lives. And he came down with this basic formula. And this formula, actually, the more we studied it, the more I realized this isn't something new at all. This is something that has been around for ages. And many of you know this. I mean, I lived in Japan for 10 years, and it wasn't until I read the Arthur Brooks book that I actually heard about this. So how many of you have heard of this idea of ikigai, life's purpose? You've heard of this, right? So what is life's purpose? Can somebody yell it out to me? What is ikigai? Somebody, quick explanation? You want me to explain it? It's life's meaning. It's what gives us purpose in life. What makes us happy, what fulfills us. Ikigai is this Japanese term, and it's about finding our life's purpose. And when we align our life's purpose with the universe, we become successful. And he describes it differently, but he talks about there's 4 dimensions of that Ikigai idea. It's that we should be engaged in something that we love, something that the world needs, something we're actually good at, and a way that we can actually make money. What we love, what the world needs, what we're good at, and how we can make money. And when those 4 things come together, magic happens. When those 4 elements exist, we succeed by helping others and finding meaningful purpose. And so I have on my home, I have it's a whiteboard, but it's a glass board, and I drew this up there earlier last year, and I've been trying to fill this thing out. What do I love? What does the world need? What am I good at? And then how do I make money doing it? And I kept filling this out, and I stared at this thing for 3 or 4 months. My oldest daughter lives with me. She's just got engaged, by the way, so I might get my house back. No, I love that she's living with me. I told her she needs to live with me until she has enough money to pay cash for her house. That's a good plan, right? I haven't told her she can get credit. So she'll live with me for the next, but she would come into my office once in a while, and she looked at my board, and she's like, Dad, nothing's changed on this board. And I said, Saf, I think I noticed something. After 3 or 4 months of staring at this board and trying to fill it out, what do I love? Oh, I love cars. Oh, I love sports. Oh, I love this. I'm not good at racing. I race. I suck at it. I'm not great at sports. And I'm going through and I'm trying to cross-reference. Well, what do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? How can I make money? And about 4 months into this, one day I woke up to come into the office. And I was looking at this thing and I thought, oh my gosh. And I walked up to the board and I wrote on the board and I put Nu Skin. It was Nu Skin all along. Why have I been here 30 years? It's what I love. It's what the world needs. I don't necessarily think I'm great at it, but I'm okay at it. And guess what? We can make a living doing it. But what's more beautiful about that is think about the number of people that you get to help to find their purpose, their life's ikigai. That's work worth doing. This mission at our company, whether you have been here a day, a week, a month, a year, 30 years, 40 years, this will burn into your soul. You will become a better person. Our mission is to be a force for good by empowering you to improve lives, beginning with your own. And then when you do it, you help others to do it. That's the simplicity of this business. Success only happens in Nu Skin when you help others to succeed. That's the beauty of our model. No one ever succeeds in this business by helping someone fail. Guess what? There's no commission on failure. There's no CV. Okay? There's only CV on success. Can everyone repeat that? There's only CV on success. There's only CV on success. There's no CV on failure. So when we go through this business and we look for what we love, what the world needs, what we can become good at, and how we can make a living doing that, that's Nu Skin. Now, I spend a lot of time in industry realms looking at other types of businesses. I look at pharmaceutical companies. I look at auto companies. I look at technology companies. I look at big box retailers. I look at all different types of companies. I love business. It's a hobby of mine. I read about it constantly. I will tell you this. I have yet to find a business that empowers more people in a more significant way to improve the lives of others than Nu Skin. It's true. That is a universal truth. I don't know of any other business. I love my iPhone. It's phenomenal. I love it. It doesn't empower people to improve other people's lives. You can improve your own life with that phone, but how do you take that phone? How do you empower others? Only through Nu Skin. We are building the world's leading beauty, wellness, and lifestyle ecosystem of opportunity for you, and it's founded in innovation. And I want you to know, for 40 years, this company, I was just with Blake Roney, our founder, 2 days ago, and Blake comes into my office, and for 2.5 hours, all he wants to talk about is the next innovation. What are we doing to give our people greater opportunity to go out and empower you to improve lives? Innovation is literally in our DNA. And as we're looking at the world today and we're looking to build opportunity, I want you to know we are so focused on creating innovations that will give you that ability to go attract other micro entrepreneurs who want to build their own business their way. We focus in on what we call integrated beauty and wellness. In other words, we have personal care and we have nutrition, and those worlds come together, and everything that we do from an innovation basis is created around this integration. So I want to talk about a couple of these innovations real quickly. How many of you use the Renew Spa? You use it? Alan uses it. Alan uses it all day long on 2 at a time, Alan. I've never seen anything like Alan's use of these Renew Spas. Are you demoing that while you're here, Alan? Oh my gosh. You have got to have it. I got an Alan treatment on my hand. Which one? He literally gave me a hand treatment on, and you can tell, right, Alan? It's still there. My left. Does the left look better than right? Yes. Okay, that's Alan. Devices like the Renew Spa, there's nothing like it on the market. Congratulations, our U.S. market is the largest Renew Spa seller globally. Out of all 48 markets, you guys are crushing it with Renew Spa. And we ain't seen nothing yet. I did see Alan's goals 2 days ago. I'm just telling you, if you walk into a spa anywhere in the world in about 5 years, you're going to get the Alan Renew Spa double treatment. It's unbelievable what they're doing with that. So Renew Spa. How many of you have utilized or used Mind 360, any of the Mind products? Are you sleeping better? Yes. Are you feeling less anxious? Yes. Are you smarter? Yes. Fantastic. You're smarter because you showed up. Everyone that didn't show up, they haven't used Mind yet. So Mind 360 is a new product line that I'm so excited about. It is something that I believe is on cognitive health and performance and attacking the cerebral need of our brain health is exactly what Mind 360 is built to do. So we're innovating, we're creating these innovations every single year. There's always something new coming out at Nu Skin for you to build your business around. Now my question to you is, do we expect you to sell all of these products? No. Do we expect you to try them though? Yes. Yes! I do expect you at least try them. I don't expect you to use all of them. In fact, some of our most successful builders, in fact, I'd say the vast majority of our successful builders around the globe, they find one product and they build it into their system and it works for them. So we don't expect you to do. In fact, our approach is to give you a plethora of innovations that you can build your business around. And whether you want to focus on salons or spas, or whether you want to focus on a certain demographic, a certain age, in a certain sector, in a certain market, that's up to you. You are micro entrepreneurs and you're going to define those markets. We want to ensure that you have the right products to help you to innovate. Another innovation that we've just launched is the new Sales Performance Plan. How many of you are participating in the new comp plan? Whether you know it or not, you are. So congratulations. You are all early adopters. You are all participating in this compensation plan. I am so excited about this comp plan. For years and years and years in direct selling, I am so tired of going to direct selling industry meetings and everyone talking about how we got to abandon direct selling and we got to all become affiliate marketing companies. Abandon direct sales, multi-level, become affiliate marketing companies. And literally, there are billion-dollar companies that are abandoning their sales forces to go to affiliate marketing. And what invariably happens in every case is what?
Company fails.
Bankruptcy. Why? Why do they fail?
They lose their dedicated customers.
Because they don't have a sales force. It's like the simplest math ever. They don't have leadership. And so they move. In fact, I was talking with the leader yesterday who has just joined. I think she's probably in the audience. And we were talking about how quickly companies can lose their way when market dynamics change. What I love about the new sales performance plan, and I talk about this all the time, it's on the front end of the plan, it's the best of affiliate marketing. In fact, we just sold an affiliate marketing company for $250 million to reinvest here, and I'll talk about that in a second. Because there's a huge opportunity, and yeah, that's needed, but without leadership, you're not, right? It's going to be gone. You don't have the sustainability. So this new sales performance plan is built with a front end that helps people make, 4 to 20% for selling products, 4 to 24% for referring other people to sell, so starting to build a network. And then you got the 5% sixth generation leadership to power it and sustain it and to keep it going year after year, decade after decade. So this plan is what I define as the best of both coming together. Something else you're going to be hearing about in the new year and creation that's coming out, you'll hear more about this if you haven't already, is the Star Power. I call it Star Power, they call it Star Program. What sounds better, Star Power or Star Program? Star Power, right? Okay, Jeff Nemelka and I came up with that this morning. So we're going to swap out the logo to Star Program, Star Power. This is a really, really important program because it is quantitatively the formula for success at Nu Skin. We have 40 years of data that tells us exactly that the formula for success at Nu Skin is what's called the Star Power, the power of 3. And the formula is very simple. Do you want me to tell it to you? Yes. Okay, it will only take me 3 hours. But, no, it's going to take me 30 seconds. Here's the reality. Every affiliate who has 3 customers within 3 months sustains in the business almost 60% after 3 months, if they just have 3 customers, okay? Now, 60% sounds interesting. It's not great. Every brand rep who has 3 affiliates, who has 3 customers, guess what their retention rate is? Jason, yeah. You took the tagline. 84% retention. 84% retention. How many of you are quant people? How many of you like analytics? It is really, really hard to get retention anywhere above 60%. It is really difficult in any business, any product. I don't care if you are the best consumer packaged goods company. You are Procter & Gamble. To get a customer base sticking around above 60% is almost impossible. And in our business, if you get, as a brand rep in the business, if you have 3 affiliates who each have 3 customers, your retention rate is 84% across your whole organization. And it sounds so simple, but when we look at the data over time, you would be shocked at how many organizations, and you might look in the mirror right now at your own and say, do I have 3 customers if I'm an affiliate? And if I'm a brand rep, do I have 3 affiliates who have 3 customers? If the answer is no, you're at risk for your teams falling out. You're at risk for people leaving. People don't leave when they have people relying upon them. When you're a brand rep and you have affiliates, and affiliates have customers, they don't leave. It's when they don't have anybody, and they get lonely, and they forget their purpose and their why that they leave. So this Star Power, you're going to hear so much about this over this next year, because I believe if we can get, no, forget that. Quantitatively, I can prove that when we get only 25% of our sales force executing on the power of 3, this business will grow by 15 to 20% year over year over year over year over year. Your business will grow year over year over year over year. If you just get to 25%. If you could get everyone in your organization doing this, how big would your business grow? It would double. It would literally double if everyone in your organization did this every 9 months. It's very simple principle. 3 customers per affiliate, 3 affiliates per brand rep. So let me ask you to repeat that. Star Power is what? 3 customers per affiliate, 3 affiliates per brand rep. Is that easy enough? Okay, post it on social media, get it out there. You're going to have the most amazing growth when you apply that to your business. Quantitatively, factually, you will succeed. It is 1 + 1 = 2. That's how it works. So anyways, we're driving that. I know I'm over time, but the last thing I want to talk about with all of you is the Force for Good. And I want to thank all of you for everything that you do every single day when you are a part of Nu Skin. Whether you know it or not, you are contributing to the Force for Good. We take a portion of profits from all of our Epic sales. Alan keeps selling them, right? We got to get every single product we get out of Epic. We provide out of AP24. We provide out of other products in our portfolio. A portion of that goes to the Force for Good. How many of you are Nurse the Children ambassadors? I am, actually. If you are not, please, at lunch break, go on and look it up. If you're not familiar with the ambassador program, donating meals to children every single day. Over 120,000 children are fed because of you ambassadors, Nurse the Children ambassadors. That is work that's way beyond anything else in value. Literally saving lives. And that's what the Force for Good is all about. In fact, I am very, very hopeful within the next 2 years, we will hit 1 billion meals. And if each of you sign up and you get everyone else in your teams to sign up, I bet you we will do it by the end of this year. If we can accomplish Nurse the Children 1B, 1 billion meals by the end of this year, I will throw you a pizza party in January. I got to remember that. Remind me, Sherry will remind me of that. But this is really, really important work. This is really special work. And seeing the face of these people, we had to stop we do a Malawi trip once a year. We had to stop with COVID. This year, we're bringing that trip back. So some of you are going to be able to participate in heading to Malawi and seeing the literal joy on these children's faces when they get to pick up their Vitamil bag down in Malawi. A country that was literally starving has been sustained because of Nu Skin and because of you specifically. There's an entire country. And you'll hear from Napoleon Zombe and some of our board members down there of just how much Nurse the Children has literally saved Malawi. Not many companies can talk that way, right? Saving an actual country. So in any case, please, if you're not a part of Force for Good, become a part of Force for Good. You are actually all part of it when you buy the products, but we want you to actively donate as well to the cause, to this charitable cause. It's amazing. Okay, listen, I feel bad because I haven't given you anything good in content today, but I want you to leave excited about the future. And so there is something I do want to show you, and you might want to pull your phone out if you want that. Yeah, I'm giving you a second. So I'm going to push play on this thing, and then let's see what goes. Does everyone have their phone? Everyone that wants their phone has a phone? Yeah? It might be hard to see because there's a little more light in this, but I need you to film this. And if you film it, will you post it on social media?